Hello, today we're going to talk about data from Europe that has just come in. We're seeing that business activity has slowed in June, and this is pointing to a difficult end for the second quarter. And the Eurozone's Flash Composite Purchasing Manager Index dropped to 50.3 from 52.8 in the previous month. This was below 52.5 expected by analysts. A reading above 50 marks an expansion in activity, while one below 50 marks a contraction. Eurozone business output growth came close to stalling in June, and we're seeing that the data is really pointing to a slowing growth environment. And this weakness in the economy, of course, also poisoned the market sentiment, and we're seeing markets weaker after data is also pointing to a slowing economy. And even though energy and supply chain worries that were hampering markets earlier this year, we have seen them being eased, but still there's a risk of a further escalation of concerns over demand growth, and in particular the impact of higher interest rates and the resulting possibilities of recessions, both in domestic markets and further afield. Higher interest rates, the rise in the cost of living, all beginning to take their toll. So we are facing a more difficult phase right now because, as I mentioned, interest rate hikes and rising costs are not really supporting the overall economic picture, and this will continue for the time being. And we're seeing that the data that is coming out is also consistent with the view that the GDP growth altogether is going to slow. And we still have central banks on their pathways to hike rates aggressively, continuing with that, and they are not stopping. So there's no trend reversal in that. And we're seeing that we are gradually sliding into a recessionary phase if we don't have central banks stopping this policy of hiking interest rates without any urgency for that, because as we see, the data is pointing to a slowing economy and slowing demand. So I know that the inflation data for the time being is too high for central banks to mark a trend reversal in their policies, but we have to wait for that to happen. Otherwise, we will not see a relief rally or anything compared to that. If you would like to receive further updates on what's going on in the market space, please like and subscribe. Thank you.